Pursuant to the requirement of the Open Public Meeting Act, Chapter 231, Public Law 1975, notice of this meeting is published in December 1st, 2016 issues of the Nutley Sun and the Herald News, and the December 2nd, 2016 issue of the Star Ledger. A copy of this notice has been posted in the Nutley Town Hall Bulletin Board, and a copy is on file in the municipal clerk's office. Commissioner Rogers?
Here.
Commissioner Tucci?
Here.
Commissioner Evans?
Here.
Commissioner Petracco?
Here.
Mayor Scarpelli?
Here.
All present, Mayor, and Commissioner Evans is on phone.
Commissioner Petracco, we have on the agenda.
Today I have, or this evening I have, I believe it's 1, 2, 3, 4, or is it 5 ordinances? How would it be 5?
6.
How many?
5.
5. Sorry, 5.
And I believe they were all for the police contract. Am I correct on it?
Yes, and one is for parking spot, I think, right? Yes. For handicap parking.
Okay, so I guess it's 4 for the police department about their contract. I decided to defer that tonight, and thinking we're going to talk about budgets tonight. Yeah. So we're going to defer that to the next meeting, and then I believe I have a parking spot one. You said
Yes.
that,
So we're holding the floor for the salaries, is that what you said?
yeah, I'm gonna defer that tonight.
Okay.
And then I have, let's see. Oh, I don't see that. No, am I either?
What?
Second one.
Second one, sorry.
Okay, I got it. Okay, that's the limited parking. Thank you. Thank you, Commissioner Evans. You're even good for over the phone. And then I have a couple of resolutions tonight. One is drive sober, I saw. One's authorizing a refund, made overpayment with hazmat, and authorizing abandoned vehicles pursuant to the Division of Motor Vehicle. And it's also my son Salvatore's 10th birthday today.
Happy birthday, Sal.
So I will be looking to escape early. So if I get up suddenly, Tom, if you don't hear my voice, you know that I'm at a birthday party.
Happy birthday to Sal.
That's
Thank
right.
you. Thank you.
Happy birthday.
That's all I have.
Commissioner Rogers.
I'll be introducing an ordinance tonight that is focusing in on pet shops. Now, we don't have any in Nutley, but there have been thousands of communities across the country are actually passing ordinances like this to prevent pet shops from getting animals that have been in inhumane breeding conditions, that have come from puppy mills and cat mills, and it's going to heighten the community awareness of animal welfare. Mr. Larry Cohen is here tonight, he's from the Humane Society, who helped author a good part of this ordinance. So I'll be just introducing that tonight. That's all I have.
Commissioner Evans.
Yes, Steve, I have a couple questions on the ordinance that we can go over, but as far as my agenda items, I have 3 resolutions. One is tax exempt status for Michael Walsh, who's met the requirements to be exempt from tax given military disability. And then I have 2 resolutions related to refunds, one for overpayment of taxes, the other one on an application fee. And that's what I have. I also have a need for us to be an executive for contract negotiations and personnel.
Commissioner, you want to address your questions to Commissioner Rogers?
I can do that. Just when I read the ordinance, I wasn't clear. Are we which chapter or zone or code section we're actually putting this ordinance in under? I think it needs to have basically a designated landing point. I didn't see that in the resolution itself. I just had a question as well. I fully agree, and in terms of the welfare of animals, I'm a big supporter of that, and the nature of what could happen with puppy mills and kitten mills. And I understand we don't have any pet stores in Nutley now. I was just wondering why we went from allowing them to not allowing them completely, and maybe there is something that says if someone followed an ordinance that had requirements in it, would we be able to, in effect, have a pet shop?
Sure they will.
So that the residents of Nutley, they can go there with confidence that this is a valid place, it's being watched and it's following the rules. I'm just curious, this particular ordinance would prohibit it. And therefore, if somebody wanted to open up a pet store, it would require them to incur the expense of a variance, which would be a use variance that would go before the Board of Adjustment. So aside from the application fees, the attorney fees, and things like that, I was just wondering, is there something a little bit more in the middle that wouldn't prohibit it, but would establish criteria? And the other question I had was, we say that we're going to reduce costs, and I appreciate that, but we don't have any pet shops. So what costs would we be reducing?
Well, this is primarily to the for the consumers. It's to make sure that these pet stores are not bringing in animals from puppy mills. Many pet stores around the country have had animals, have purchased animals from puppy mills and from very inhumane conditions. The consumer doesn't even know this. So the pet store owners are going to actually be prevented from bringing such animals in that are not well taken care of. So it's helping the consumers, and it's something that is going on nationwide with regard to the care and treatment of animals. So it's to protect the consumer and to protect the animals.
Absolutely, Steve, I absolutely agree with all of that. And the more we can do to make sure that the residents of Nutley and the general consumer can come to town and with confidence buy a pet that's going to give them all the support of the loving care and so on. And the mutual side of it too is that the consumer will care for the pup or cat or whatever that animal may be. Let me just ask it a different way. Maybe I misread it. Does this ordinance prohibit pet stores completely, or just adds restrictions that would create greater confidence that a pet store in Nutley would not be from a puppy, wouldn't be buying puppies or cats from a puppy or cat mill?
Yeah, it doesn't prohibit pet stores. It gives them guidelines with regard to the types of animals that are coming in and where they're coming from. So no one's being restricted. It's a good question. The pet store owner's not being restricted, and neither are the consumers. But it gives guidelines with regard to where they're getting these animals from. And it's good for the consumers to know, and frankly, it'd probably be a lot better off for these pet store owners, because they may not even know where they're getting some of these animals from. They may be getting them through second or third parties. So they'll be so it'll be helpful to everyone all around.
Okay, all right, Steve, thank you for clarifying that.
Thank you.
I was reading this as that it would prohibit pet stores in Nutley, and I wasn't sure that was the direction we would want to go, to prohibit a business that could actually do quite well given our population and so on. So between cats and dogs, we must give out 2,000 licenses a year. So there's a very significant membership of our community that are pet lovers, and they should have that ability to be more confident in what they purchase is going to be from a place that we would all be proud of, the right breeders and so on.
Yeah, that's
so
right.
As long as we're on that and we're clear, I'm more comfortable. I don't know whether or not the upfront fees, because reducing costs, is necessarily